What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 5 of More Talk Podcast. What's up? Okay, so today's topics are giving people second chances and being spiteful block blessings. So basically, like, how do y'all feel about that? Like, do y'all feel like being spiteful block blessings? Personally, I can relate to both of these topics, and I did tell y'all, like, my Mondays will be just pretty much me by myself. It's more intimate setting because I'm at home, and I mean, I do have people that are welcome here to my house, but I'm not gonna keep stressing, people to do appearances or whatever. So it's all good. So you do know Mondays and Wednesdays are More Talk Podcast nights. So Wednesday I will be back at Detroit Pizza Bar. But anyway, so I can relate to both topics mainly because I have encountered a spitefulness in myself, before. Honestly, I feel like I've grown past those things. And even with just like wanting to seek revenge, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, vengeance is not yours, it's the Lord's. And I just feel like, I feel like being spiteful has blocked my blessings, quite a few times. And so I can relate to that because, that shit is not cool. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people aren't blessed because they are evil. You know what I'm saying? And they do spiteful shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not giving yourself a chance to elevate and grow or be a more profounded person, like just being a solid individual or whatever, and work on yourself, you're not going to never really experience good because karma is real. You know what I'm saying? Karma is, that's part of, like, in the same token, I feel like it's part of a blessing blocker. You know what I'm saying? Because when you do shit, you know what I'm saying, that bad karma hit your ass. You know what I'm saying? And it might not be today, tomorrow, next week. It might not be next year. And karma, sometimes it don't have to be, you know what I'm saying, you. Karma can get someone closer to you. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, personal experiences, like even with now, I have experienced, people just being spiteful. Like, for instance, my daughter's father. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm a single mom. You know what I'm saying? My daughter didn't ask to be here. And I always said, like, for a long time, I will always say, like, I can't wait to have a baby so I can have somebody to love me, and things like that. So when my daughter was born, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it wasn't something that was planned, you know what I'm saying? And because I was involved with somebody or whatever, and he basically, you know what I'm saying, went his way or whatever, went to jail or whatever. And I started messing with my daughter's father. And he was the help. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. He was the help. And I ended up having my baby. Come to find out, he lied about his age. He was younger than me. And I had to go through the whole thing of, like, getting a paternity test and all of this shit. And come to find out, I always knew that he was my daughter's father because I wasn't involved with him and somebody. It was like, it was him at that moment. So I always knew he was my daughter's father, whatever. But anyhow, her dad or whatever, not father. So, the results came back. He was 99.99, her father, or whatever the case may be. And, so it was just like, it was more so, I feel like it was his mom. You know what I'm saying? His mom, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it was his mom because he a bitch baby boy, a bitch boy, a mama's boy, a bitch mama's boy. I have her, whatever terminology you use, but he's a bitch. We just gonna keep her. So, I went through a whole bunch of shit, like different episodes of, like, them lying, saying that I left my baby on their doorstep. She had no clothes on, like, all type of bullshit. And people know, like me, no matter what, you know what I'm saying, the things that I've been through or was going through at that time, my daughter not having no clothes, or me leaving my baby on the doorstep, like, that was just frivolous as hell. Like, to even lie and say some shit like that, like, Angel I don't do shit like that. Like, I ain't been no bitch like that. Or whatever. So, like, back and forth courts and this and that or whatever. And I just feel like, you know, the whole time, like, I was the provider. Like, I made it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like the nigga really don't be having good luck. You know what I'm saying? His mama don't be having good luck. And I feel like the things that they done to my daughter has pretty much, like, blocked their blessings. Because how the fuck can you, now it's a difference from his dad not being in his life and being a piece of shit to him. So she a piece of shit because she got a piece of shit ass son, and she's letting her son know that it's okay to not be there for his daughter because his daddy wasn't there for him. So because his dad put her through a whole bunch of shit, she basically like, fuck it, son, put that bitch through a whole bunch of shit. I mean, that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the point I'm making is I feel like that's why, you know, his karma or his blessings have been blocked because he's not doing right by his child. So, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm not there in their everyday life, so I don't know what they're really up against, and I really honestly don't care. But I just felt like that was something that I should chime in on, because that's something that, I mean, that's how I personally felt. And I felt like their blessings has definitely been blocked in different scenarios and parts of their life just because the hateful shit that they've done towards my daughter, the spitefulness shit that they done towards my daughter, you know, and that's just what it is. And I personally feel like, you know, like giving people second chances, which is the other topic, is I will allow him to step in and give him a chance to be a father to his child, because right now it's just like he's the sperm donor or whatever the case may be. Because I'm not holding grudges. Like, that part of my life is gone. Like, and I feel like that's why God keep flourishing me with blessings, because I'm not spiteful anymore. I've been doing really good with not holding grudges. And I just believe in, you know what I'm saying? Like, I forgive you. I'm not going to forget, but I forgive you. But I'm not even built that type of way to be a hateful person towards no one. And honestly, I never really been. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly feel like that's why I've had so many, you know, like, blessings. Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really that person. But I will allow him to be in his daughter's life. So yes, I will give him a second chance. I've given second chances to plenty of people in my life, far as whether it was family members, siblings, relationships, friends, neighbors. Like, you know, I believe that everyone deserves a second chance. It's a fair shot at life. Everybody deserves a second chance, whether it's with friendship, family, business, opportunity. Everybody deserves that. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with giving people second chances, because I'm appreciative of people that I may be rubbed the wrong way, or just out of just anger or being frustrated, I snapped on them or lost my composure or whatever, and they allowed me with a second chance. You see what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for that, because I do believe that. I got on a very villain outfit today, y'all. I was rushing, just trying to get cute and hurry up and do this. But I do believe in second fucking chances. Like, everybody deserves a second chance. So you get a first chance, you fuck over somebody or do something, then that person allows you a second chance or whatever. It's your chance to make it right. Because, like, they always say that first time is a charm, or first impressions is everything or whatever. And I do believe that, you know, but sometimes people don't get things right the first time. So they have to, like, do self-evaluation or self-check and come back and be like, okay, I really fucked up the first time, but I just want to make this right with you. See, it's real people out there that do acknowledge when they fucked up, or when they, you know, didn't follow through with the real person that they really thought that, you know, that they was trying to be or whatever. So, you know, if you are a understanding person, a forgiving person, and you believe in second chances, then, you know, you a good person. So I commend those who give people second chances. that's just my thought on it. And I'm waiting on callers or whatever, like to give, because I posted the episodes, the topics for today. So hopefully I can get some callers in today just to get their opinions and what y'all think on, giving people second chances and being spiteful black blessings. You know what I'm saying? So I want to hear from y'all or whatever, to hear y'all thoughts of what y'all think. I'm hoping I can get a bigger audience today. If not, whatever, the show will go on or whatever. So those was pretty much the two topics. But I know when I'm by myself, it kind of seems like it be dragging sometimes. So I might tap in onto my other topic eventually, depending on how things go with these topics or whatever. So so that's pretty much it. But like I said, I have given people, I have been giving a second chance. I have been giving a third and fourth chance, you know what I'm saying, in certain situations or whatever. And like I said, I'm the type of person that I'm grateful for the people that love me and believe in me or trust me or giving me a second chance or whatever, to make things right or to prove to them, to show them the type of person that I really am. Because we all know I do suffer from a mental health issue or whatever, where it causes me to, not be myself sometime. But, it takes people that genuinely understands and love you to, or understands what you're up against, or maybe even have someone that they're going through a mental health issue with, to know, how to handle us, people with mental health issues or whatever, with my anxiety and things like that. So sometimes I am angry, I'm frustrated, and I react without acknowledgement of myself. Like, I don't acknowledge what I'm doing. When I do acknowledge it, the action has already been, in full effect or whatever. But I'm the type of person that when I do things, I always come back like, okay, damn, did I say that shit? You know what I'm saying? Or did I do that? And I will go back and I will apologize to that person, and really hoping that they would understand me or, forgive me or whatever. Or main thing is, even if they don't, want to be involved with me or, want to keep their distance, it is always important that, you feel like, okay, you were heard, I was understood, or, I was forgiven. Because no one wants to feel like, they, basically apologize to someone, especially when it's coming from a genuine place, and the person not forgiving you. You know what I'm saying? That I just feel like some people have their reasons though, because you are not, a person don't have to forgive you. A person, that's their personal feeling on forgiving a person or not. But I do feel like not forgiving a person, block blessings too. So that's another good thing. I feel like that's part of like being spiteful, kind of, because I feel like if you're not a forgiving person, how can you expect to move on or, go on with your life and be blessed? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not forgiving, you holding a grudge and you're being spiteful, you're being evil, you know what I'm saying? And you're doing things that's not, that's not cool or whatever. So that's why I feel like when you're forgiving and forgive people for doing things wrong to you or what they have done to you, you forgiving them is giving you a chance to turn over a new leaf, to be a new person, to feel just refreshed. Like, how can you walk around every day angry? Like, I don't give a fuck, I don't like this person. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do something evil to this person. I'm going to do something hateful to this person. Like, I don't understand how people live with themselves with that. Like, I know for a fact, like, I have these mental health issues and I never been that type of person. And I'm not saying it just because it's me. I'm being honest and saying, like, I never been that type of person to feel like every motherfucking day. It may take a minute, but I'm a Cancer. So anybody know Cancers? We are some sweet, loving people. We are some motherfuckers. Like, I can be a bitch. but I'm the most sweetest, forgiving, and loving person. I will give you the shirt off my back. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like as I've got older, just with growth, you know what I'm saying? You learn how to forgive. You learn how to move past things, and you learn how to. Everybody is not spiritual, but I pray about a lot of stuff. Like even with people that do things to me, because I know I have to be held accountable for my actions. I know at the end of the day, whatever it is that I do, it's either going to be a good karma from it or it's going to be a bad karma. That's up for you to decide. But I pray on a lot of things. And it's not just with growth. I've always been the type of person that have no shame. I would pray and talk to God and ask God, like, God, I don't know what it is, or I just need forgiveness. Or God, please just bless these people that's just doing evil things to me. Lord, please forgive them. For they don't know right, or whatever the case may be. But when I realized that I was praying, asking God to forgive these people for doing wrong to me and just doing fucked up shit to me, I felt relieved. I felt replenished. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, at the end of the day, I know I'm a good ass solid bitch. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing no one can do or say that would ever take that away from me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not something that you wear. You don't put solidness on. You don't wear realness. You can't wear this shit. It has to be inside of you. It has to be the person that you are. And a lot of motherfuckers, a lot of people don't abide by that. They're not that. But this perception that they want everybody to think that they just so real and they just so down to earth and they just so solid and they just so this and they just so that, and really they're clowns, and they just have a bunch of clown motherfuckers following behind them, because there's no way I'm going to be a type of bitch that knows that this person is not a solid person, and I'm going to keep feeding them, making them think that they know. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like real people, and I tell people that's close to me, don't tell me something because you feel like it's something that I want to hear. Keep it real with me. If you know that I'm wrong, say, Angel, you was wrong as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I may get emotional because I'm feeling like, damn, I was wrong. And I got to go back and I got to apologize to this person. Or I got to, even with my daughter, when I yell or do or say things to her, I have to go back and I have to apologize, because at the end of the motherfucking day, I owe that to her. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's the problem with a lot of motherfuckers. They feel like their pride. You know what I'm saying? Their pride, and they can't go back to the person and apologize and let that person know, how they wronged that person. You know what I'm saying? And I just can't get jiggy with that shit. Remember I told you that last week? That's my word. That's an old school word, getting jiggy. But yes, I can't get jiggy with that. I'm not going to be around no motherfucker body that I feel like is on some fraud shit. I'm not going to pacify you to make you feel like you a real ass person. If you on some bullshit, I'm going to let you know you're on some bullshit. And that's how that's how really I separate myself from people, or people separate themselves from me, because they like, hey, this ain't the bitch I need around me. I need a fake bitch like me. You know what I'm saying? I need a motherfucker that's fake like me to be around me. I don't need a motherfucker that's real telling me real shit. You know what I'm saying? I need a motherfucker that's fake like me and that's going to feed me the bullshit that I want to hear. You see what I'm saying? So that's another thing you have to be mindful of. And those are people that I try to stay around. See, I'm okay with not even, fuck a circle. I'm okay. I don't want a circle. I take a dot. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people are for reasons and seasons. And I'm not even the type of female that wants to be in a crowd full of bitches that's just fake ass bitches. Like, okay, we don't really like each other, but we look good together when we go out. So I'm going to get a bunch of bitches that I don't like, and we going to go hang out because we look good together, and I don't like to be alone. Not Angel. I get dressed, put my makeup on, do my lashes, fix myself up, and I go out and have a drink by myself. I go out to the movies by myself. I go to a club by myself. Why? Because Angel don't need a bunch of bitches tagging along with me that I know that's not good for me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of times that fucks you up too. You know what I'm saying? See, you will lose people when you talk real shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. But I'd rather lose people for for being a real ass bitch than lose myself for being a fake bitch and feeding off into what the next motherfucker want me to feed off into. You know what I'm saying? See, I lose you before I lose myself. And I always been like that. That's why I'm still a whole person. You know what I'm saying? Even though certain shit fuck me up inside and I go through shit because it's life and we all go through shit. So I always go through shit. You know what I'm saying? I always jam my finger, hurt my foot, or hurt my heart. You know what I'm saying? My heart be hurt. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay because it's part of life. And this is my testimony. So everything that I go through, I'm able to pick myself up, dust myself off, and talk about it and move the fuck on. Move along. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I'd rather lose you than lose myself. Bye, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that. And that's why I said my whole purpose and goal of More Talk Podcast is to inspire. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I ain't talking like I'm just a motherfucking philosopher or a psychologist, or you know what I'm saying? I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from things that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hood, but I'm bougie. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's no telling what part you're gonna get from me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still a work in progress. But at the same time, I want to be a voice for the voiceless. I want people to understand, like, shit that I'm going through is real shit. Because I'm not the only person that's going through these things. I'm not the only person that's having these issues, that's going through these problems, fallouts, disagreements with people. Because, see, people be wanting you to, you know, like, be up under their thumb. You know what I'm saying? So they can use you at their dispense or disposal or whatever the case may be. And that's not the case with me. So I'm hoping that I can touch somebody and let them know, like, you know what? That's right. Let me start living in my truth. Let me start putting my foot down. Let me start opening my mouth and voicing my opinion and letting people know, hey, you can't run over me. Hey, I'm not going to allow you to say that to me. I'm not going to allow you to do that to me. Now, some people are more humble and patient. I'm not the humblest, patientest person. Those are some things that I pray on and I talk to God about, because I'm asking him to help me with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be a patient woman. I want to be a virtuous woman. I want to be a more humble woman, a more profounded woman, and living in my truth. I've always been the type of woman to live in my truth, but everything I don't have down pat, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I want to be this voice to help my people. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, it's just pretty much is what it is. I got another juicy topic I wanted to talk about, but I was trying to get some callers in first for the do y'all give people second chances and being spiteful block blessings or whatever. So hopefully I guess depending on the time, if I can get some people to call in. I really want to talk about this familiar dick, or familiar, dick is because I'm a woman, so yeah, I love dick, but familiar sex partners. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you prefer a familiar sex partner, or are you okay with just bouncing around? Like I said, me personally, I'm at the age, I'll be 40 in a few months. You know what I'm saying? That lifestyle kind of like been past me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm okay with just one sex partner. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, you niggas be throwing bitches pH balances off, and yeah, y'all be doing too much. And I just can't get jiggy with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when I go to the bathroom and just pee, I want to wipe my pussy and get up, and the next person come in behind me and it smell normal. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to have sex and the smell, the aroma be normal. You know what I'm saying? And our podcast.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
Hey, this is Red.
Hey, Red.
Hey. I just wanted to tap in on the topic of having more than one sex partner or
Okay.
familiar D.
Okay.
So I agree with you, familiar D. Because this is my safe on here.
Yeah.
And also, not only can your pH balance be thrown off, but your energy.
Oh yes, baby. Talk that shit.
So,
Talk that shit, real.
I like to be in tune, whether we're in a relationship or not. I'd rather just be one person and be on the same accord. I'm just doing you, you just doing me. If we decide to move on, we need to communicate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I love having sex with you, her, him, them. You know what I'm saying? Because then all that stuff ties in. And then you wonder why you walk around with a fucked up attitude.
And yeah, and that too, because it's like that energy, that energy that he puts inside of you. Now it's inside of you, and you and that energy is what you're going. That's how you taking that shit out into the world, and that ain't cool neither. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Or even I totally get what you're saying. That makes sense.
Throwing your energy pH off.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't nobody got time for all of that.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that because, like I was just saying, I said it's funny because, you know, I know that every woman has their own scent. You know what I'm saying? It's like no woman smelled the same. You know what I'm saying? And I do know that some women pH balances. You know, like it just depends on if it's a yeast infection. You know what I'm saying? If a person has a UTI, you know what I'm saying, urinary tract infection, or if it's just a yeast infection or a STD. And I think a lot of women really don't understand that. Like, you know, you can be sleeping with a man, and if he having unprotected sex with this girl that got a yeast infection, then he come and stick his dick in you. Now you experiencing odor, discomfort, or whatever the case may be, and he just threw your pH balance off because he just took one what is it called? Help me out, Red.
One what?
He just took her bacteria and then injected it into you. So now y'all both walking around with some little musty coochies. You know what I'm saying?
And he walk around.
And he walking around with a little musty dick, but he don't care because he like, who is the next victim? You know what I'm saying? And you know what, Red, is really scary because even though, like what you said, it's scary out here, but even if you do find that one partner that you really just want to be, you know, just on some, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, I'm doing you doing me type of shit, you still got to worry about who else he doing that with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but I think what else is important and a lot of people aren't doing anymore is going and getting checked up. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think it's important that you get checked up, you know, and, you know, however, annually, monthly, and I think you and your partner should go get checked up together as well. You know, but
yeah.
If you decide to be having unprotected sex, it's okay to have protected sex.
It is.
There are different types of condoms. If you like the feeling, there's different condoms that feel like just like you're having raw sex. But if you go ahead, if you don't trust that partner enough to be doing that with them, you need to protect yourself. And furthermore, go to the doctor.
I
not be going getting checked up.
Right, because I'm at the age like I do. Like I don't play when it comes to me, and that's mainly because honestly, Red, I hear everything you say, and of course, condoms are always safe. That's, you know, I keep them, like I have them on lock. But personally, I'm not a condom type of person, and the reason why I say that is because condoms dry me out. You know what I'm saying? Condoms dry me out.
I think a lot of women have that.
Yeah, condoms dry me out, and then it makes me, you know, like kind of like sore, especially if the person is big, like how I like it. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, you know, so with that being said, you know, it's like you can't play Russian roulette with yourself though. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's a gamble. Are you gonna let him go in you raw, or are you gonna wrap it up? So, and I think that's what a lot of women, we have those problems, those issues with the dryness, but men, 9 times out of 10, men don't give a fuck about that. They don't want to use one anyway. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to use one anyway. So, and I feel like a lot of men, I feel like it's more men. If we had to choose, it would be more men that would choose not to use condoms than women. Do you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. So I just feel like I need to do some more research too, because like even with just myself, with me being back single, I've been having a phenomenal time with myself. I know how to please myself in so many different ways.
That's out there.
Girl, listen, when I tell you I done found so many new ways, it's ridiculous. And it's actually amazing to me. And it's like I think it's because I'm just at that age, like I'm not young anymore. Like I'll be 40 in June. It's like I just look back and just look at my life, like how old I was when I first lost my virginity. I was 13 years old when I lost my virginity. You know what I'm saying? And that was a lot. Like looking back now, considering that I have a 16-year-old, you know what I'm saying? And I look back now and I say, you know what? Fuck what people think. I am a phenomenal mother. I'm doing I'm doing an awesome job because my daughter is 16 and she's not nowhere near how I was when I was 13, let alone 16. When I was 16, by that time, I was doing some things, baby.
Yeah, I think it's more guidance. She has more guidance, and that probably goes back to you and, however, you were brought up, or the freedom or leeway that you had. And so you just kind of, want to keep her
on a straight path.
It's like we live in a different world as well, too.
Absolutely. And a lot of time, and we gotta be mindful that social media is like really raising these kids, these teenagers and these young kids or whatever. And that's just like, I think me and you had this conversation before. It's like we just gotta, only thing we can do is give our kids the best knowledge that we can, instill that into them while we can, and pray to God that as they get older and go out into this cruel, awful, crazy ass world, that everything that we instilled in them, they use it to their best advantage.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I was just talking to my nephew. He's 10. And my daughter was like, Mama, he too young to know about that. I said, girl, excuse me, how old you think I was when we first talked about the birds and the bees? He is 10 years old. He's a boy. You know what I'm saying? He's older. He's at that age. He deserves to know about sex, and he deserves to know about life and death. He's 10 years.
About 10 years old in school.
Huh?
I said, yeah, I think we had like sex education in the 5th grade, so I probably was about 10 in school.
Exactly.
They don't teach that anymore.
No, they do not. Because my daughter, you know what's so funny, that, and it's kind of like off topic, but girl, my daughter told me, I'm like, I was writing, I was sitting at my desk or whatever in my office, and I was writing, and because I really don't write, I don't print, I usually cursive write, whatever, and my daughter was like, I hate when you write, excuse me, I hate when you write like that, and I'm like, why you don't write in cursive? She like, Mama, they don't even teach us this.
They don't. Nope. They don't teach cursive anymore.
And I'm like, my baby is in the 10th grade. How the fuck y'all not teaching kids how to cursive write? Like, that's their penmanship. That's when they grow up and get older and be successful in this. That's their penmanship. That's their signature. That's supposed to go with them.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, clearly it's a lot of stuff they're not teaching them, and sex is one of them, and how to write in cursive is another.
Yeah, so we gotta just pick up, where the slack, and teach them what they need to know. And then again, like you said, just life.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, so now, I know that my other topics, I don't know if you heard the other 2 topics read. So since you're still on the phone, do you mind chiming in on one of the other topics? Did you hear the other topics? Far as
giving people second chances?
Yeah, and being spiteful, block blessings.
So I'll start with the giving people second chances. I agree with a lot of the things that you said. I do believe in giving second chances because, when you're dealing with different people also are, they often are so used to how they've been dealing with people, and if they meet you and they come across you, if you're not clear and that communication, those boundaries aren't set in the beginning, they're going to make a mistake. They're going to do something you don't like. So once you made that clear, though, and you said, hey, these are my boundaries, this is what I will take and this is what I won't take, and then they make that same mistake again, that's where I have an issue. Like, after that second time, it's really not too much I can do with you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like, after that second time, I feel like in their mind, they can do it. You'll be mad for a minute, or you'll be upset. You'll act out in whatever way, but then they're able to come back. Once you show them that, it's going to continue.
Okay, Red. Well, okay, I totally agree with you with that, because that's pretty much how I feel. And if you know anything about mental health issues or people that's suffering from any mental health illness or whatever, do you agree that that same thing applied to people that are experiencing mental health issues? Because like I was saying, I don't know if you had tuned in by that time, but I was saying, like, if a person know me and know what I'm up against and know what I'm going through, or even have someone that they're, you know what I'm saying, going through that situation with, they're more understanding and more compassionate with that person. So they're able to acknowledge that, and for, you know, and they work on that, or as far as just understanding where they coming from, and agree and accepting the fact that, yeah, I have told this person more than once or more than twice, or forgave this person more than once or more than twice, and this person keep doing this, but I got this understanding with this person because I know that this person is going through something, and I have to allow this person to come to, you know, come to agreement with herself that this is what this person is going through. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm not gonna per se. I'm not gonna say it justifies or it gives an excuse for someone's mental health, but I do say you do have to handle them differently.
Yes.
And if you love that person and you act and they know and they told you what they're up against and you love them, like for me, I would research that mental illness and see what all constitutes, like what's all under that umbrella, and see what they suffer from, and you know, I would just research it, and then if I notice those different things, like those characteristics and what I've researched, then I'm like, okay, this is how I have to handle them. Or you have to remind them and say, hey, Angel.
Huh?
I would be like, hey, Angel, you know, you catch yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? If you when you're around them, you understand what happens in the moment when they're having that moment, and you have to like look them in the eye, you know, talk to them, you know, because I think we all, and that's another thing, a lot of us don't know we are suffering from mental health, because as Black people, as African American people, we don't believe in getting help. We don't believe in mental health, and we don't believe in therapy.
And they don't want to seek help because they feeling like what another person may think of them.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I talk to a therapist once a week. I used to be one of those people, but therapy has helped me tremendously, and I encourage that.
Yes, absolutely, and I absolutely agree. I saw a therapist, I saw a psychiatrist, so I actually agree that it is greater behind, you know, seeking help for that. It is greater behind it.
But therapist, because that, you know, you just like as friends, you have to see who fits you.
Exactly, because everybody is not a perfect fit for you.
Yeah. So I mean, those people, it just depends on the person, and like you said, some people you have to understand mental illnesses to know. You might see something in someone and they might not know that they have a mental illness, and you might see the characteristics and you're like, okay, this person may be bipolar, or this person may be suffering from anxiety. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what, Red, was what I was gonna say, back to what you had said the first time, and it's crazy, because not crazy, but it's really real, because I feel like everybody don't get the same version of a person, but I feel like in some point or another, people will be able to say, well, yeah, she did or he did spaz out, or whatever, and he caught himself, or he checked himself or whatever, or but I understood it because my love is genuine for this person or whatever. So I understand where they coming from or what they going through, whatever the case may be. But I really do strongly believe, Red, that the people that you are around can either bring out the good in you or can bring out the bad in you.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. So I feel like if I'm happy and it's no reason for me to doubt your loyalty or question your loyalty, you know what I'm saying? We will have the most amazing, you know what I'm saying, friendship or relationship. But the minute that I have any type of question mark or whatever, then that's when I feel like that's when parts of my anxiety or whatever, because now I feel like I'm being challenged. You know what I'm saying? So I absolutely agree, but I just was wondering, like, do everybody feel the same way? Do you feel the same way, or do you feel like a lot of people feel like what I'm saying is real, or like it's just like, you know?
I mean, some people, and there's been times where I didn't even give people second chances. And there's been times where I've given people third, fourth, and fifth chances.
I just said that.
So, I mean, it just depends on what you feel like is going to work for you and what's not. I mean, I just think after the second chance, it doesn't work for me because I just don't trust after that. And once the trust is gone, it's very hard to build upon. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of reassurance. And it takes both parties, but it takes a lot of reassurance. And then if that isn't coming, you know what I'm saying, as it's supposed to, then it's just like, it just goes downhill from there. You might can still be cool, but it's like, it ain't never gonna be the same.
It ain't gonna never be the same. And I agree, because I am like that when I get to that point, because I said, if I cussed you out or got into a heated argument with you, first of all, if it comes to putting our hands on each other, that's definitely a no for me. It's no coming back from that. But if we argue or whatever, and I cursed you, you cursed me or whatever, and we were able to work past that, that's one thing. But if I'm constantly cursing and yelling and like going at you like you just a fake ass bitch, how the fuck you supposed to be my friend? Like, and I'm constantly doing this to you, I have to understand that, okay, this bitch is not my friend. You know what I'm saying? Because a friend is going to understand her friend. A friend is going to be respectful of a friend's feelings and respect that and be like, you know what, friend? I can see why you was mad. And I get it. And I did this and that and this and that. And I just want to apologize and let you know that, yeah, it's things that I need to work on myself. People do not do that shit no more, Red. People do. It's like motherfuckers are too prideful.
But a lot of people are codependent as well. That goes back to like when you said you go to the bar by yourself, you go to the movies by yourself. I enjoy dating myself. Like I took myself to take myself to movies, go sit out to eat by myself. And like people will like be so friendly. Like I don't know if they feel like bad when you out by yourself, but I'm really having the time of my life. But people will come up, talk to you, the waitress will be extra friendly. And it's just like I'm okay.
I have the best time by myself.
Okay.
So you agree you have the best time out by yourself?
I love it because it's like we don't spend, like, I know for me, my days are so busy sometimes. I've like literally tapped into it within the last few years. It's like self-care, take one day out just to myself. I might put my phone do not disturb with this session of my children and just do whatever I want to do in that moment. If I just want to lay in the bed, if I just want to read all day, if I just want to stare at my ceiling, like whatever it is that my spirit is saying, like, okay, this is what I want to do today. I just, you know what I'm saying? I do that.
Right.
But I think that people don't spend enough time with themselves, and that's where, like I said, those lines get blurred, because if you don't understand yourself, how are you going to understand someone else? If I don't understand Red, how can I understand Angel? Then that goes back to being spiteful, like, or blocking your blessings because we're bitter. Because a lot of stuff we be holding on to, don't know we're still holding on to it.
Talk that shit, Red.
That time with ourselves.
Yeah.
So we wondering why this is going this way and this ain't working out for us and our business is failing. Mm-hmm. You hold on to shit because you ain't spent enough time with your shit to let that shit go.
And definitely being a better person also is a blessing blocker.
Gotta let it go.
We watch it so much. Though, Red, and it's crazy because I I don't understand how could one not be how can one not be excited or happy to see somebody doing good, or you know what I'm saying? Like, how could you get off? How could you get a satisfaction by seeing somebody at their least? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Because they're miserable.
they're miserable. Hmm. So no matter how much money you have, how pretty you are, how much you got it going on, you can still be a miserable ass bitch or a miserable ass nigga.
Well, according to the bank, but what's inside? What's your spirit? What about your substance? Be poor as fuck on the inside.
Poor as fuck in the inside.
So, I mean, because you see some of the, like these celebrities, all half of them, they are
Miserable.
not happy.
Yes, they're not. No, they're not.
They can't live their life how they want to because everything's under a microscope. They are criticized by every single thing they say, every single thing they can't even be themselves. They have to censor their lives. Their lives are censored. Like, what kind of life is that? Like I say all the time, just give me the money. Y'all, you can have the fact. I want to be the one behind. I want to write the books. Don't be seen. I want to write the script. Y'all go ahead and be the actors and actresses. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I love living my life. I love having fun.
And love just being happy.
We were just out being goofy, being silly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We can't even do that. Like, just enjoying ourselves.
Right.
And laughing. And, you know, just, that's so therapeutic.
Yeah, absolutely. Therapeutic, yes. I love, it's just something about just, like, who don't want to be happy? Like, yes, I love to be happy, and I want to be around people that bring that part out of me, that brings the best out of me. You know what I'm saying? That brings happiness, that brings joy to me. Like, I don't want to be around nobody that, I'm telling you, like, have you ever just went out with somebody and, like, have you ever just been out with a chick or whatever, and you think this your homegirl, and y'all, you know, 1 minute y'all vibe, and then the next minute she on some weird ass shit, and it's like, what the fuck done happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have experienced these type of things, and that's part of one of the reasons why I just feel like I love going out by myself, because I never have to be in those situations. You know what I'm saying? When I'm ready to leave, I can leave. I don't got to take nobody home. I don't need nobody to take me home. You know what I'm saying? I could just pretty much go and come as I please and not have to worry about that. Like you said, and when you go to the bar, when you by yourself, you meet people. You meet some of the most good people when you by yourself, and you have the most amazing, the most greatest time when you by yourself.
It just depends, like you said, who you're with, and it's like you have ever had like a friend or someone who complains all the time and gossiping all the time? That shit is draining.
It's draining.
I just feel like I don't have the space for that. Like, and you just have to be honest with people. Like, if you go out with somebody and that vibe is up, let's just, I don't know, maybe we could try another night. But I don't know what's going on. Is there something going on with you? Like, do you want to talk? Because your energy is off. It's throwing mine off. It's
starting to make me think that you watched my second episode, because we talked about that, Rhea. So you giving me flashbacks of the second episode, because I experienced that with a chick that I really tried to give the benefit of the doubt. I took to this girl because I felt sorry for her. I felt sorry for her, you know, and she really was just a snake, you know what I'm saying? And she used to call me like, sis, can you take me here? Can I pay you take me there? This and that, this and that. She made sure, you know what I'm saying, she paid me good. Put $50, $75 in my tank, you know what I'm saying? Like, sis, take me here. And I did it, you know what I'm saying, not only because we were cool, but yeah, I definitely can use the gas money, because this Cadillac truck don't run off water or air. So yes, you know, and I would take her places, and we would go places, and I would like take her to places where I know people at, and they'd be like, "What's wrong with your girl? What's up with your girl?" This way, or she'd be so dry, or just her energy done went from okay to like blah, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, "What's wrong?" And I used to always say this to her, like, "Well, your energy ain't matching mine, so I'm trying to figure out, do you want me to drop you off? Is it somewhere you want me to take you?" And she'd be like, "No, I'm just thinking this and that. But I would experience this with her, not once, but more than once. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I'm like, no, something ain't right, because every time I pick you up, your energy go from sort of good to now you feeling some type of way. Now you got an attitude or whatever. And I'm not the type of person, I don't kiss ass, Red. You know what I'm saying? I don't kiss ass for friendships. You know what I'm saying? And very draining. And I just don't have the time for that. So that's why I say I'm okay with I'm an introvert, and I think you are too. Pretty much from what it sounds like, you are an introvert too. So you feel the same way that I feel. So at the end of the day, if I click with somebody that has the type of energy that I love to be around, then I will go for that. But other than that, I'm pretty much with okay, just dibbling, dabbling, and having a good time by myself because it's less drama.
But do you think that she could have been a better person because was the energy changing when y'all got around people and people were showing you love? Because see, people be jealous of that. Mm-hmm. How other people love you and how lovable you are, and just for you being unapologetically yourself, like, because people don't know who they are and they don't know how to be themselves. So when they see someone, operating in their own power and how people are attached to that and how people love that, that makes them bitter. That makes them jealous. So that's when the energy could have been thrown off.
You're right, Red. You're right. That makes sense. I appreciate you, Red. You such a breath of fresh air, Red. I just love you, honey.
I love you, Paul.
Thank you so much for your call in, Red.
Somebody else call in.
Thank you, baby. Have a good night.
Okay, you too.
Bye. So that was a really great caller. I really appreciated that. And yes, Miss Addiction, very draining. It very much so is. And even like when I go out, when I experience things, like I may experience, like I feel like this bitch just keep stepping on my shoe or my foot, or this bitch just keep bumping into me, or this guy just keep doing this and doing that or whatever. And then it's a difference from acknowledging the fact that, okay, well, I know it's crowded in this place, but I can still say excuse me and be mindful of my manners. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone deserves that respect. You don't just keep bumping and shoving into no one, or even with passing by. If I'm in a crowded establishment and I'm walking through, excuse me, and I acknowledge, let that person know that I acknowledge them and I respect their space. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how crowded the place is. You can't keep walking past someone, bumping them and shoving them, and then expecting them to not feel some type of way. But in most cases with me, I'm not the type of chick that's just gonna be like, okay, well, they could just keep pushing me and shoving me and pushing me into a corner and knocking me into another person. No, I'm gonna say, it doesn't cost anything to say excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Or you keep pushing me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever case may be. Now, I'm not really aggressive unless that person makes it aggressively to where I'm like, okay, but how are you mad when you pushed or shoved or you keep stepping on my foot or whatever the case may be? So I just feel like that's, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing, but that's 9 out of 10. That's a person that you don't know, because I do feel like if a person know you, whether a person know you or not, be respectful of that person in their space, and be respectful of that person as they are a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that people really understand the significance of respecting a person's space. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But pretty much, these topics was thought of, and like I said, my topics are always topics that I can relate to, because if it's, or something that I've been through, because if it's not, that would make me and what I'm trying to do fake. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to bring you nothing that I haven't experienced or been through. Period. That's not what More Talk Podcast is about. More Talk Podcast is about real situations, my real life issues that I've encountered, that I experienced, that I've grown past, and just period. Life is about ups and downs. Like, is no one on this earth, the whole life has been full of roses and lemonade. No. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a person that's perceiving that to you, get away from them. Because it's no, and it's vice versa. Same thing with someone every day, they just coming to you with negativity, like what Red said. If it's a person like that, that's very draining. Like you said, Miss Addiction. It's no way that a person every day, everything about their life, it's just always been magnificent. It's no way. Because life is full of ups and downs, trials and tribulations. You can't tell me that you never had, you never been at your lowest. You can't tell me you never hit rock bottom. You can't never tell me you fell and got your ass back up and kept it the fuck moving. And that's me, because I have failed quite a few times. I have been broken quite a few times. But look at me. I look like nothing that I've been through, and I promise you. And I feel like these are testimonies. These are things that I'm speaking of from past experiences. You know what I'm saying? So I want people to understand and know that when they come to More Talk Podcast and see my beautiful face, that I'm talking real shit. I'm not talking about something I just made up in the back of my head or something that I heard, like some hearsay shit. It's something that I've really experienced, and I want to talk to the people and let them know that I too have been through these things, or this is what I recognize, and this is how I grew past that, or whatever. Because everything that you go through is always room for healing. Where it's rain, it's sunshine. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be mindful of those things to know that it's always it's a healing for everything. Whether it's a bruise, a cut, a scar, whatever it is that you've been through in your life. Like I said, life is full of trials and tribulations. So whatever it is that you've been through, is always room to heal and grow. So never let anyone take that away from you. So, at this point of life, we have to just be inspired and try to touch as many as people as we can as possible to let people know, like, hey, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be true to yourself. Own who the fuck you are. I'm going to say this every day of my life, as long as God allowing me on this earth. I'm going to constantly say this. Stand in your fucking truth. Be who the fuck you are. Be great at whatever it is you do. I don't give a fuck what it is you do. Whatever it is you choose to do with your life, be great at it. Be fucking great at it. Because it's going to always be somebody that's going to have something to say about something. I watch it every day on social media. And like I said before, Wendy Williams didn't become a millionaire by giving a fuck about what we thought about her. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James ain't who he is because he gave a fuck about what the fuck we thought about him. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, you have to stand in your truth. You have to stand 10 toes down. You have to be passionate about what it is that you want. And nothing is going to be easy. Nothing. I feel like the ones that has been giving the most things, they don't understand and they don't respect us to know what it feels like to have to get it out the mud, or had to, you know what I'm saying, crawl and climb to get there. You know what I'm saying? People who has been given everything, that's been given been fed with a silver spoon, they would never fucking understand where the fuck we come from. They would never respect where the fuck we come from, because they don't know what the fuck it feel like. They don't know the feeling of not having or not being able to do this and that for their kids or for their family or for themselves. Like, they don't fucking understand because they've been given everything. You know what I'm saying? I have a cousin like that. Bitch married, got a great husband, take care of her, bat him every motherfucking thing, but she's still constantly trying to compare herself to me. Bitch, you can't compare yourself to me, because you don't know what the fuck it feel like to be a single mama and to have to struggle and scrape to survive, to do what the fuck I gotta do to be a provider and to make sure I hold a roof over me and my child. See, you don't know what the fuck it feel like, because your husband is there to provide for you and yours. But if your husband take all of that shit away and leave your goofy ass, then maybe you will understand what it feels like. So I pat myself on the back. I don't give a fuck what a bitch got. And I would never let a bitch who have more than me make me feel less than a woman, because I feel like I'm more than a woman than you can ever be. And why is that? Because I know what it feels like to struggle, and I own who I am, and I'm not ashamed of that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to hold ourselves accountable, respect ourselves, put ourselves on higher pedestals, and stop putting other people on higher pedestals and putting other people before us. When you start learning how to love yourself and love on yourself and respect yourself, everything, I promise you, will fall in place. Everything, I promise you, will fall in place. And I'm still learning these things as I go along in my life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make it 39. I didn't make it this far for nothing. And I know I don't look like shit I've been through. You know what I'm saying? I'll be 40 in June. And I know I am a phenomenal, I am a fierce, a strong, independent ass woman. You know what I'm saying? And I would never let no one take that from me. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say, I hope everyone allow themselves to live in their truth. Do what's best for you. Trust in God. Trust His timing. And own who the fuck you are. And the rest will follow. Stop looking behind you. Fuck them behind you. You know what I'm saying? Because they behind you for a reason. Do what's best for you. Do what fits for you. Next episode will be episode 6. More Talk Podcast is Wednesday. I will be at Detroit Pizza Bar. Y'all come down. Come join us. Come drink. Come eat. Good people. Great vibe. Everything. More Talk Podcast. I appreciate y'all. The ones that tuned in. The one that came in on my live. The ones that commented. The ones that called in. I really appreciate y'all. Always know that I'm doing this from the bottom, from the most genuine place. And I love y'all.